So this is a new Kylo Ren Unstable style for ProffieOS 4. I've actually got several versions. This one is a static one, so this one, the unstable effect stays no matter what speed you're swinging the blade. I do have other versions that will change the effect based on swing speed, but this is just the static one, so it's always going to run the same unstable effect. But it has the fully responsive effects on top of that. With fully responsive, you're going to get the responsive blast. And what that is your blast location is actually based on the angle of your blade. So instead of being just a random location on the blade, responsive blast now changes based on the angle. So it controls that. There's also a responsive clash. Now with responsive clash, it's similar. Instead of being just random along the blade, it's going to be based on the angle. So if you have your clash at the same angle, it's always going to be the same spot. But then as you change the blade angle, it'll change that position. And responsive clash is tied to responsive lockup, so that clash location will actually also go and be the same space for localized lockup. And now the responsive lockup will actually respond to the angle of your blade. So as you move towards yourself, it will be sliding down, and as you move away, it will slide up, and it responds to the angle of the blade. There's also transitions on the responsive lockup and several other effects. So the transition on the responsive lockup is a quick flash of all the blades, similar to in the film when you get that quick burst that you see, and then the responsive lockup, and then when you release lockup, it'll reestablish the blade. So the initial clash affects all three, and then the release affects all three, but everything else is only on the main blade. So this is get that quick flash, responsive lockup, and then the fade out. OS 4 also adds the responsive lightning block. And this has an animation built in that'll be like the lightning dancing along the blade. But you can control that by just turning your hilt. It'll either increase or decrease the intensity. And then as you move to the straight up position, it'll actually focus that lightning attack as if you were kind of absorbing it. So this is the responsive lightning block. So turning your hilt will either decrease the intensity or increase the intensity. And then bringing that blade up will focus it down the blade more. And then you get a transition when you release it. And then we also now have a responsive drag, so the size of the drag location changes based on turning your hilt. So I can increase it or decrease it by turning the hilt. And then there's also now responsive melt. So melt is a new effect. It's meant to be similar to when Qui-Gon in Episode 1 is cutting through the blast doors. So this one's responsive in that it'll increase the intensity and also change the colors if you're heating the material. So it'll go kind of to a yellow-orange or to a red as you turn your hilt to simulate as if you were cutting through a surface and heating up that material. So those are all built in. And then another change for OS 4 is a new variation on the ColorWheel. So this also features color change, but this ColorWheel variation will only change the main blade. It won't change the other effects. So if you use default color change, effects like melt and other effects, their colors would change. But with the new variation, only this main blade color is going to change. That melt and other effects won't. So I can go in color change mode, and you can turn your hilt, and you can really fine-tune the color. So it'll go through all the possible colors, it keeps that unstable effect, and then when you get somewhere you like, you can lock it in. But now, instead of having the melt have changed color, now that melt in particular, that'll stay that red to orange, yellow color as you do the effect. So all that's built into the style. Again, there's going to be several versions of this Kylo Ren Unstable, so you can pick the one you want. This is the static version though, and it will require OS 4 to run.